process. You gotta be patient. You gotta be kind. Oh yeah. Ahora no voy a cerrar porque me dice no. Bueno, espérense porque hay barullo. It's fine. No. Okay, let's see if we can finish that Ashtanga. The Ashtanga portion, and then after I need to tell you a few things that we talk about when we go to teach. So if you want to open your manual in that Ashtanga, and I honestly, having that, having those little flags that you can start kind of like marking your book, sometimes is a little easier. Oh my God. Great energy. Everyone is like, yay.
200? Is it? It's 200, right?
Yeah.
200.
Oh, yeah. This you have?
No.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Yeah, so this is the one that we already did. And maybe I can sit with you another time and give you a lot. Yeah, you should have it.
I do.
So that's the one that we were following. Now we are in the last part on the Ashtanga. Yeah?
Saturday is.
Yeah, before was Saturday and Sunday 9 to 5. But I was requested because he has a child and she works in hospitality. You also have child, and so then I moved the Sunday off because before was Friday off. So we actually are like 4 hours short than the past training, but we're doing good. We're doing good as long as I give all the content.
So maybe if we add on a few days extra to compensate.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm also available in the evenings. Like some evenings, I have one that is a movie night. I would love to do that with you. It's just a movie. It's a history movie. It's a super great information. So you're going to be studying, but at the same time, it's a movie. You can invite your friends and family. Be another day, so we can. As we move forward, I say, hey, can you guys come Thursday evening? Let's, I don't know, go over again something. Yeah, we can play by ear without the, So we keep it up. I keep it up, you keep it up, I'll keep it up. That will be fun. So, okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to the wonderful Ashtanga Yoga system. Anjali. Yesterday was like, oh my God, those rules are there for a reason, You found the page? Okay. You have the page? Yeah. So yesterday we talked about the yamas, and the yamas are all the rules of morality that are required from our spiritual person to, is ways of conduct, right? That we're not going to steal, we're not going to let people steal from us, we're not going to lie, we're going to speak the truth, we're going to have moderation in our energy, in our senses. Like in brahmacharya, like translation is moderation, and another thing is about controlling your senses. So it's not like you look a very beautiful girl or a beautiful guy and immediately you want to jump on that and have sex. It has like that type of self-control. And it's the same with the food, out of the sudden I have something sweet, and you go in the refrigerator and you just, again, have the whole ice cream thing. There's no self-control. So brahmacharya is controlling your senses. And this is very, very important also because we don't want to be a slave of our senses. The senses are tools in this human form to enhance our experience in life, but we don't supposed to be acting like animals, like, you know, like, for example, like the dogs, they're always looking either for food or either to procreate and hump the other doggy, or they are marking their territory, right, for like power, and we want to have more consciousness than that. So moderation is important there. And we also talk about now being greedy, and I love to give the examples about the shoes, because back in the days I was that person that I would buy 4 pairs of the same shoe in different color to match with my outfit, and I will never use them. I will use them once a year. And then out of the sun, I have this huge closet, and you know, and I have a student like 2 years ago, and she was basically coming from a very wealthy marriage. She never worked, and she actually had, we needed to have a whole conversation because she was coming with like full makeup, full of jewelry extensions, and I was like, you're sweating, and you just, you know, just come simple, just detachment of that. And then we got to this point, and you know, she shared with us that she had like, I don't know, 1,000 dresses, she had 500 pairs of shoes, she had 300 pairs of sunglasses. And then, and you know, she, I don't know, she was going, I think she was going through some sort of divorce, and I told her, you know, you were allowed to keep 30 glasses, one for each day. And it's still a lot, you know, you can sell the other ones in eBay, you know, and like make some money, and then you can come to the retreats. And she couldn't do it. She couldn't let go of the things. So even 30 glasses, sunglasses is a lot of sunglasses, you know, like one for day and night, one for Paris, one for Cancun, I don't know. But the idea, again, is the aparigraha, you know, like we don't need so much stuff. So, you know, have your stuff, that's fine, and the things that you are actively using, but we don't need to have so much that we don't, you know, sometimes it's even like with the label and the box, and they just, you know, it's not being used at all. And then the hard one, you know, was the ahimsa, the non-violence, because it's so easy to say, yes, I'm a peaceful person, I don't promote any violence, but indirectly you are. And you should be aware of those indirect actions, and it's not easy, you know, and we talked a lot about the diet yesterday, and, you know, I always, yeah, I'm not fanatic at all, you know, I always give you the exceptions. If you are in the jungle, or if you have a fisherman that just offering the only fish he has or whatever, or you're sick and you need to eat whatever, those are all deceptions, you know. But here in America, having dairy is similar to eating meat, and eating meat is just promoting rape and torture. Those animals, they suffer to the tears, really pain, like hell on earth. Is our fault. So you gotta get out of that. You know, you can't promote peace and then promote pain. Like then you're very confused. You know, you're like on the fence. And at this point in your life, you can't be on the fence. You gotta make a statement. And the statement is no war on humans, no war in animals. Like no pain, no war, no guns, no killing, no blood, no torture to all. You know, otherwise, guys, the karma always comes back. And you know, it comes back. You cause pain, you're going to get pain somehow or another. Somehow. And maybe you don't get pain now, you get pain in your next life. I mean, again, it's not about me, it's about what the teachers are teaching us, and all the teachers and all enlightened masters, they know this very well. It's called that the law of action and reaction. Your action has an effect, and that effect has a ripple effect towards you, you know. But we talked about diet yesterday, but you know, we can take this so much. Like for example, you know, like back on the days I used to eat meat, and then I realized that I love the animals. Of course, I'm not going to hurt them never again. And then I used to have leather things. Now I don't buy leather anymore at all. Like, even though I love leather, and it looks cool, but I don't buy, you know, shoes or purses that have leather because of the same thing of the haimsa. I mean, this skin of animal, you know. Also, you gotta be careful with the makeup. If you have a L'Oreal or things like that, you need to look for the logo that says no animal testing. Otherwise, you have a Bengali dog or a monkey tied up in a jail for 10 years testing your makeup products and your creams, all kind of like disabled, and you are responsible for that because you are promoting that business. You know, I mean, again, you know, it is what it is. So, you know, and they have the label, no animal testing. So you look for that, right? I mean, even that we can do because it has so many hundreds of products. So trying to buy the ones that have cruelty free, right? Another one, this is actually can be even more tricky than anything else because, you know, even like yesterday I got that sweater and it was like $9, and I honestly I didn't even thought twice. Oh my God, it's so cold, and I got it. But we gotta be careful with what we buy because if it's too cheap, that means that has a child working for 30 cents an hour somewhere in China or I don't even know where. That's why it's so cheap for us. So if you buy it from China most of the time or very, very cheap, you are supporting slavery. And then, you know, you lose the connection of that oneness. Like whatever happens in Haiti is in Haiti. What happens in China is in China. So away from mine. A way of sight, a way of mind. But we don't supposed to act like that. We're supposed to have a collectively consciousness. So, you know, we're trying to maybe pay a little bit more and, you know, promote a company that are giving some to the Amazon tribe, or half of these funds will go to help some charity. I don't know. As much as we can. Like I'm telling you, yesterday I was like, oh, this would have been. And then I didn't even look at the label, to be honest. Like I'm very honest, but it's probably from China, you know. And so that is really hard, you know, because so many products are coming from there. But the non-violence, you see, can go to so many levels. One that is, I kind of like give up a little bit, and I did kind of like trying to enter a little bit of politics in Miami, which was a waste of time. But like we're supposed to be recycling, right? We're supposed to be having more like what to do with so much garbage, you know? Like the other day, even in Trader Joe's, I bought some tea, and each tea bag was wrapped with plastic. And I was like, why are you doing that? Like, how much plastic, you know? And so I had one of my students, teachers, she does Kundalini yoga now, and she told me that she was doing 1 week fasting of no plastic use. So she was trying to be a whole week without using or buying anything that comes with a plastic container. Very hard. Everything is wrapped up in plastic. And you know what we have now? We have islands in Central America made of plastic. It's a whole freaking continent. That's why here they do the clean beach up, clean. There's always plastic coming because there's an island of plastic floating from our stuff, you know, and now masks, you know. So being a yogi is also being a little bit activist, like revolutionary. No plastics, freedom to all, peace to all. Because otherwise, this is the times that we're living. We need to stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up for your rights. So, who's going to do that? If it's, if we don't, we need to make a statement, and yeah. So that's about it. But so let's move forward now to the niyamas. Now the niyamas are all the ones. It's like I got all those products from China. I know, baby, I'm with you there. $5 t-shirt. I actually got a mushroom t-shirt yesterday, and it was like, oh. Yeah, but
hard.
It's hard.
Sustainable fashion, sustainable fashion.
It's hard.
Use it
hard
till it's you're a grown up and you buy clothes and you might use it for, I don't know, I have a t-shirt that's 15-year-old. But my kids, it's so hard to buy expensive clothes or,
more conscious because 6 months later it's done.
it's like literally, so it's like,
Yeah.
and when they start going to school, it's like, I don't know what they do at school, it's insane. Like my daughter uses one pair of shoes for 1 month and I have to just throw it away, it's like insane.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do. So
Yeah.
that's another thing, like if I spend $50 on a pair of shoes, it's like, this is gonna last.
No, it's so true. That's what I said.
No
And
shoes.
that is also so hard. It's so hard. So but we can, I'm not saying again, don't be fanatic about it and never punish yourself. Oh, I'm bad, I did bad, I eat the chicken, because that's not so peaceful, You try to slowly minimize animal consumption. You slowly watch where the products they use are coming from. Slowly, it's a process, and then slowly, one of the most common, you go to grocery shopping and you bring your bag. You don't use plastic bags. So slowly, every year, you will start adopting something that is better for the world, more in harmony for the world. But you don't need to let the process be a process. That's why we have seasons of the year. And in the same way, you don't need to become enlightened in 1 month, but slowly you start understanding, I will try to be better with this. I will try to minimize this, like that. But okay, so now the niyamas is telling us what we do need to do. So the yamas are the don'ts, and the niyamas are the do's. And the first niyama is saucha. Saucha means purity. So purity is to purify yourself. So when we do this vigorous practice, we're sweating. That helps to purify. When you stop, to have that type of low vibration food, you start purifying yourself. That has also a relationship with Kundalini awakening, because that energy doesn't go when it has a lot of low vibration. It's talking about high vibration. So that has a why also yogis are vegetarian and vegan, But also fried food, no fried. Don't ever eat fried food in the street. You're eating an oil that is black, that has been there for 3 months. Again, you have an exception, a wedding, okay, I get it. But, let the exceptions be exceptions to the rules. The only oil that you can fry is coconut oil, because that is a non-saturated fat. So if you're going to fry your tofu, which is actually fried food is so tasty, but we gotta control the senses, the palate, the taste cannot control my wisdom, my understanding. You understand? My wisdom my intelligence needs to be superior than my senses, right? Otherwise, I'm going to just shuffle my face in the garbage and see what's there. Using my senses. You know what I mean? Yeah, please don't do that. But yeah, so coconut oil is safe for frying, and also again, ghee is safe for frying. Kind of butter.
Olive.
No, olive is for cold. Otherwise, it will become a non-saturated fat. I'm sorry, a saturated fat. And saturated oils will give you arthritis and osteoporosis. So if you have pain on your joints, on your fingers, I don't know, parts of your bones, you might already have a little bit of that inflammation using, vegetable oil or just the wrong oil for cooking. So olive oil, yeah, I know, it's like olive oil is so good. It's only for cold. So no fried food. Then no microwave food. Actually, I bought an apartment, it came with a microwave. Don't ever use microwave. Microwave is like having an atomic bomb in your house. Microwave is radiation, and radiation gives cancer as well. Of course. They're all looking at me like, why? It is a low level radiation, but it is still radiation, exactly like atomic bomb. And might not, hopefully not give you cancer, I'm not saying that, but it kills your food. Yeah. So if you put water in that, that's a classic. I mean, before I was normal, now I am awake. So I used to work in a law firm, and I used to bring the microwavable pastas. It was a 2-box. I mean, my salary was $800, So I would buy the $2 pasta microwave, and I will put it in the microwave. I was so happy. I'm like, got my pasta, and then I'm good. And then that is just eating air. And it's like, no, not even. I think it's worse. Worse thing. And it also has, by the way, has people called breatharian. They just are eating air, but okay, it's another class. You're just eating shit, really. Sorry. Yeah, microwave is the worst. You kill the water, you kill the food, and it's nothing there. And I know, especially if you have kids, they're super practical, like you warm up, here's your dish, but you need to always ask why. Like you are 2-3 years old and you ask mom, why is the sky blue? Why is like this? Why is like that? You also need to ask yourself like this. When you put food in microwave, drinks in microwave, tea, anything, you kill it. Kill it, dead, and so then what is your nourishment? Is none. So it's better again, like a Govinda, go old school and warm up your tea, regularly. And I don't know, just throw the food in the oven. The oven is better heat than the microwave, clearly. So don't use it. Don't use the microwave. You just, it's just to be lazy. It's a lazy thing. It's a practical lazy thing, but it's not to nourish yourself. It's just nothing there. And also canned food is also no good. Like I also get it, maybe some chickpeas, some black beans from a can, easy, practical, no good. Because we need food that has energy, has a live energy. Imagine the chickpeas that were inside the can for like 2 years in the dark room. How much of energy that has? Not a lot. It's better you soak your chickpeas, you soak your black beans overnight, as grandma used to make it, let them sprout a little, and then you can cook them, and then they will be nice and fresh. No conservatives, no preservatives, no artificial. I mean, to a vegetable last 2-3 years in a can, who knows what is in there? So
I'm going to say something. So I have family in the agriculture industry, and sometimes it's actually the food is more fresh if you get it frozen than getting it actually just like if you go to Whole Foods and get it in the produce section. It's actually more fresh because they froze it while it was still fresh. So it might be like a few days where it's been shipped to you, whereas frozen is actually better for you and has better nutrients.
And talking about that, that's the other thing that touches our pockets. And I also struggled with that for like 1 year or so. We're supposed to be buying organic. And you know, now I feel more grounded with my finances, but back on the days I was like, oh my God, organics, $5. Non-organics is $1.50. You know, but when you buy non-organic, they have all that Monsanto and pesticides. You know, they fly with airplanes over all their freaking vegetables. And in Argentina, it was a huge case because basically people got too much of a contact with the Monsanto products, has the name I can't spell it right now, and they start having deformations. Like kids will come out with no hand or sometimes two heads.
Yeah, but you know what? Now in Buenos Aires, most of the fruits and vegetables you get like at the local store, they are from these
Local farmers.
yeah,
Sí.
local farmers. I'm going to miss that so much because you used to go to like 2 blocks away, and you get super fresh vegetables. They don't have the label that they are organic, but they are.
Yeah. Now here you have some local markets. We also have fresh produce, like I think even in downtown. So you kind of sign up to a club, and we can even do it together because I cannot eat so much vegetables. But you pay like $20, and they give you a huge box of huge vegetables where they produce. You know, and it's organic. But then I gotta throw $15 of where to go out because I cannot possibly. I mean, with a cat.
You cannot choose what you want. It's per week you get whatever they have.
Yes.
So you
the
need to
shares,
figure out
yeah.
to make, you have to look recipes to make certain stuff that you don't even know.
Yeah, but it's
On
better
that stage,
because it's
you know,
seasoning.
we just
Yeah, it's seasoning. You don't, and yeah, and that's
I
another
get it.
thing. You don't wanna, you wanna support your community. Why are you going to? If you here in Miami we are producing pineapple, why are you going to buy peaches from Switzerland? You know what I mean? Like just to travel here and then. So all those things are going to purity because if you eat a lot of non-organic, and again, you can do this test with apples. You know, I had an apple, and clearly it was, it was not organic. But the apple lasted 5 months. It was perfect.
Yeah.
And I got it. Remember, I took it to Mexico. Decoration, went back to Mexico. Freaking furniture. But and some of the vegetables, like you can wash them with apple cider vinegar. You can clean them up, like spray with vinegar, and then you will see. It's almost like a candle wax that they have. All these chemicals. If you are not aware, talking about purity, you're eating all that wax. You're eating all that,
Something, but the problem is a friend of mine, he's like in the culinary school, and he told me that most of the whole organic stuff is also business because they're not really organic, they just raise up the price.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's the same thing.
That's true.
That's why it's locally is the best.
That's
And
true.
Exactly.
we need to work with what nature gives us and
Yeah.
understand.
Well, to me, it's like a big question mark.
Farmers
because
market.
The leaves, like if you buy, for instance, I don't know, like a spring mix, it says organic, but it lasts like, I don't know, it lasts like 2 weeks. Like, how organic can this be?
That's what happened with my apple. I'm like, you. Yeah. So look, you have the coconut grove vegans market. Yeah, it's a little more expensive.
That's
You know,
organic.
It's super good. You know that no problem is the Glazer Farms. Another one that I love is the yellow
Yellow.
Market, I mean,
Is
it's
that the one
huge.
in
Bravo. All my facial products there, they have rose oil and this and that. And so is the farmers. Again, it's required, if you want to be yogi, spiritual, you can be just like whenever. Take that effort, drive to the farmer's market because you know that this is holy, holy food that is not, is not being polluted with any type of chemicals, and this is real food, Otherwise, again, we're just eating chemicals, and now more than ever, more than ever. So we need to just watch that. Another thing that I would recommend is doing some sort of fasting sometimes. Now the fasting can be very mild, like let's say, I don't know if you like the Jewish community, they have Shabbat Shalom, maybe every Friday you can just have watermelon the whole day, I don't know, or maybe Sunday, whatever is your spiritual more day, and give a reset to your digestive system. Then you have like fruit fastings or fruits and vegetables. I have done 15 days of juicing, and after 10 days I was like, I'm gonna eat myself. So I was like cheating, and the way that I cheat was chewing celery and chewing sugar cane, just to chew, and then I would throw it away. But then it would be like a tea in the morning, then like at 10 a.m. I will have a fruit juice, then at noon I will have a vegetable juice, with spinach and ginger, more like a veggie. Then I will have another tea, of course, no caffeine, like a chamomile tea, herbal tea. And then maybe I will have if I'm hungry, I will have like a smoothie, something like with banana, papaya, avocado, something heavier. And then another tea, and that's about it. So it's doable. Of course, only on the summertime when it's super hot. You cannot do it another time. But that is super good. You're clean, your skin, your livers, your organs, just fruits and vegetables, all organic, of course. No dairy, unless it's hemp milk, almond milk, like that. The other one that is kind of popular is the Master Cleanse. That is a little harsh, it's not for everyone. Definitely not if you're Vata, or like if you're super skinny already, that will not be recommended because that's just lemonade. That's like maple syrup, lime, and cayenne pepper, and water. So it's like a lemonade. That one I did for 8 days. And you're supposed to do it more than 5 days because even after 3 days that you're not eating solids, you still go to the bathroom. You probably have stuff, here from food that you had 4 days ago. We talked about that too. And you feel like, okay, I'm going to die. No, you don't die, because when you eat, you lose so much energy to process your food. I usually when I eat, I get so sluggish afterwards, right? So usually eating is a lot of work for the body, especially if you eat animals, then it's even double work, for your liver, for your kidneys, work. But when you are juicing like this, it's much easier for your body. So your energy is actually very clean, very stable, lots of clarity of mind. My practice is like double amazing. I feel like I'm going to fly out of the sky and it's so light. The twists, everything, you feel everything more. You're much more sensitive, like your senses get so sharp. Now, would I go and do CrossFit when I'm doing a cleanse? No. No. But you still can do yoga, you can still work and all your other activities. Usually when you do a cleanse or a juice like this, you walk like you have babies, and I walk with like 3 bottles in my purse. Worst case scenario, you just chug that bottle, because you might need like, okay, I'm hungry, it's like after 4 days, you're not eating, you're just drinking, Sometimes you have that urge, but you drink half of a bottle of a smoothie or a juice, and you're good. And then you can keep going another, hour and a half, and then okay, hunger comes again, I'll drink more, and you keep going like that, so you always carry, your refrigerator has all the juice everywhere, like that. But if you feel like that is too much, which could be, of course, you can start with, we call it in Ayurveda mono diet, just fruits and vegetables. Or they do a very special dish called khichdi, which is basmati rice with mung beans. The both of them together is pure protein. The mung beans that is rich in protein. And then you put cilantro, and again, if you want to put some veggies that you like, and that's called mono diet. You just eat that day and night, just that for a couple of days. To clean your guts and all that. So yeah, if you never fast, you gotta do it, because the yoga is experimental. Now I'm very much do. I would say to fast always like after the holidays. We have so much food in Thanksgiving and Christmas. Everybody, and then after the holidays, okay. Power. And all types of spiritual practices, they are talking about fasting. We have also like the visual quest and shamanism. They're like 5 days in the jungle, no water, no food. Now, no water is hard. So I don't know. Again, I don't like to put people into extreme. Here in the Hindu ones, you can have water. That's already good. So we're talking about just having some juice. It's not that great. You're really not going to die of it, but it makes you like strong personality. Like, I can do this, and I will do this, and I will do it. I will finish, and I can say now that I have done it. And now not only is for your own like empowerment, but again, it's for your own health. Because most disease, 90% of disease generates here in your digestive system, on your organs. So if you have never do a cleanse, you can do it. If you want to have a long life and you don't want to have your children taking care of you when you get old and things like that, because it can be very humiliating. You gotta take care of your health now. It's like this. And I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah, I highly recommend to do some type of fasting. And you can decide when is the appropriate time, like in winter it's impossible, because winter is asking you to have warm foods and more calories. So it should be only, when it's warm and like that. And it's always like an offering, you don't want to do the fasting, I want to lose, pounds and become more skinny and more pretty. You do it because it is spiritual practice, you do it like a sadhana. It's also like, like that. You purify yourself. Oh yeah, in Ayurveda we have a fast that is to expel your kidney stones. People get operated of that. It's very common, but you don't need to do it. Everything you can heal naturally if you have the willpower to do the stuff. So it's like a 12 days fast. Basically, it's no animal product, it's no stimulants, it's just like vegetables and like either brown rice or quinoa, so it's not too bad. You're still eating. Then in the morning you have a smoothie with like papaya and these herbs. to clean the liver, herbs to clean the kidneys, and with aloe vera. Not very tasty, but it's doable. I did it, of course. I did it, and I was doing a teacher training, and one of the things like no coffee, and I was like, oh my god, and I'm doing a teacher training. What I'm going to do? He's like, no, you can do it. And yes, I could do it fine, and it was all in my mind. So I did it. After 10 days, you come into the end, and you start drinking olive oil, and then the last day you put like a castor oil patch, and you drink a bunch of olive oil at night. Yeah, it's okay. And then in the morning, you go and you poop all your stones, and they're green. They're green stones, like rocks. And I was so fascinated, like, look at that, look at that. Ow! There are like 10 of them. I didn't do the picture, no matter. But you know, people go to the hospital because of this. Because once they become too big, you can't pass them out. That's it, there is no more fasting. So it's better to do this blueberry papaya fast and pull your kidney stones out. We all probably have it. So the kidney stones are basically the leftovers that your liver could not process. So let's say you went, and even like I love to go to Planta, which is a super nice vegan restaurant, and the other time I returned the broccoli. It's supposed to be like, you know, like chicken wings of broccoli, and it was so fried. So I was like, you know. But when we eat out, and you know, over like 20 years, all those leftovers, that's what make kidney stones, and they're super painful. Like they're burning sensation, super painful. So it's better to, again, you know, use this Ayurveda and these natural ways to purify your insides. And then the other form of purification is of the mind, you know, because we're talking about purifying the body. We have an obsess about the sweating, the losing weight, and of course it's important to have clean body, but what about the mind, you know? So this is one of the things, that's why I play with the cursing, for example, you know, because, you know, yeah, we don't supposed to be cursing, you know, it's not a lady look like, it's not like, you know, imagine I'm here trying to transmit the message of all this saint person, and I'm like, it doesn't go. So purifying the mind, purifying the speech, right? Purifying negative thinking. So this is another thing that you can start catching yourself when you say negatives. No, I cannot do that. No, I am, no. This is just a negation of the mind. So trying to purify the mind, rephrasing things. Instead of saying, no, I cannot do this, you can say something like, I would like to improve myself with this. Or, you know, I don't know, be creative. You know, trying to not negation. Negation, you become negative. Not this, not that, not this. So trying to tell your mind a more positive thought patterns, you know, and you also need to train like a little pet. And then watch when you say, I don't like this, I don't want to do this, and you know, and low, because then the mind is, you know, the mind is not pure, you know, you're going to the wrong route. So trying to see things in a different perspective, you know, instead of seeing the bad on it, trying to find the way that you can go around it and see the good in it, you know, because that also is going to take some work. So yeah, purity, and of course also presenting yourself well and in good conditions, I will say, you know, looking clean, looking neat. You know, I know some yoga teachers that they're good teachers, but they look over Woodstock hippie. Like their hair is all messy, they clearly don't take shower very often, let's say, they took the spiritual into too much, so you want to present yourself nice and clean, it's like it gives already like a sensation of being sattvic, being more serene and calm and like that. And so again, the alcohol, I think the alcohol is the most legal drug out there, and we talk about the other ones. Everything that comes from nature is not so harmful, but it's not like a hard liquor, like whiskey and things like that, and that's not part of a yoga lifestyle. Again, unless if you have someone's wedding, here comes the champagne toast, fine, no problem. No, don't be dogmatic, but don't be drinking every weekend. Why? You don't need it, and it's going to contaminate your blood. Disease is born in an acidity blood. So if you drink a lot or constantly, then you will have, bad pH levels on your blood. It's alcohol. So think about that. And then the other one is not highlight, just after cleanliness, is say santosha. Santosha translates to contentment, but is also like a gratitude. Se pasó la hora, ¿no? Oh my God, we couldn't even finish this. Should I finish? You guys have another 10 minutes? Yeah. Okay, let me move fast then. So santosha is contentment. And contentment also can translate to gratitude. So santosha means to be grateful with everything. Like if life is good, it's easy to be grateful. You have a good job, you have a good partner, everything is great. But if your life is hard and you lost the roof of your house due to the hurricane, and then you caught your husband cheating, which happened with my friend actually, both of them at the same time. Then she found out she was pregnant of the guy that had 5 girlfriends.
Oh my God.
She never complained. She never complained. She santosha. Well, roof is gone, but I am alive. See the spirituality. I'm alive, I'm good. Well, I'm pregnant. The guy clearly, she never called him bad names. That was not going to be me, That's why I gotta learn from everybody. And she was like, well, he has other relationships and he doesn't want to be part of the baby and the family. Okay, well, we're fine, we're good. We got this. So santosha is seeing that everything has the divine touch and understanding that when you are having a bad moment, chaos in your life, something that is really hard, is basically God telling you, hey, you need to man up. You need to create some hard skin, because again, when we are very in the easy, we cannot grow in the comfortable zone. We need to be shaken. We need to be like, wake up. And that's what's happening, Sometimes it can be that you paying those karmas of your past life. So, also Dharma Mitra from the poster said that, in New York, he got 20 bicycles stolen. Bicycles that are very expensive. And he never complained. He will say, well, most likely in my past life, I was a thief, and now people are stealing from me, and I will accept it because I probably deserve. And he was like, an enlightened master. So, trying to be grateful for whatever is happening, bad or good. It can be hard as well, but trying to apply that in your life. Then tapas translates to put fire. So tapas is austerity. Another thing that you can say is like sacrifice. So this is the things that we need to do. So what sacrifice are we going to do now is our sadhana. So that is our offering. We're going to practice every day, either here or at home in your sadhana. And it's something that requires an effort. It cannot be something easy. So you're going to do something that is hard, and you're going to offer that as an exchange to this God, whatever God you connect with, to get that blessings in your life, to get enlightenment, to get ultimate health and love and abundance. It cannot be easy. It's something that requires like, oh my God, I need to do this again. Fasting, remaining in silence, doing your practice every day, doing some, even charity, it can be some sort of tapas, like that. Then Svadhyaya is the study of sacred texts. That is very easy to understand. It can be the Bhagavad Gita, it can be the Bible, it can be the Upanishads, it can be the Yoga Sutras, something that will open your intellect for these enlightenment topics. But basically, what they want you to study is knowledge that will give you the difference, the understanding about what is real and what is not real. What is real, what is not real. Because we really, again, we're in this matrix and we cannot see what is this video game and what is actually everlasting, that is considered real, since it never will perish. So we need to start, material gains, not real. They don't last. Even like a house, my teacher said the cement, it lasts like, how long cement lasts? Like 30 years, 40 years maximum. Then they crumble like sand, unless it's rocks. Rocks do last. If you see a rock house, it might have 100 years. If you see a house, that's why people remodel, because they become dust. So, here is someone, working like a slave for the rest of his life to leave the house for their children. When the children get the house crumbles. You see? So this is true. So, this is the knowledge that we need to study. Svadhyaya. What is real? What do I need to invest in my life that is going to have a ripple in my next life? It's like really spiritual tests, like that. And then Ishvara Pranidhana is surrender to the divine flow, if you wish. Again, not easy to apply in life, but again, my friend had that hurricane blow her house and then find out that the baby of the father had 5 relationships. All right, well, I'll move to Miami and I will start my life there, and that's what she did. I helped her to have the baby in her house. It was crazy. But yeah, I will tell you that in prenatal. But she never, go with the flow, like you thought that you have the best job and the best marriage, and then here comes your boss and replace you with someone that is 20 years recreate yourself. Give yourself opportunity to not be stagnated in life and always find a way to use everything to your own advantage, like to grow. And then the asanas is the third limb, so yama, niyama, and asana. So asanas supposed to come after the codes of ethic and morality. We said the asana means to sit. The only job of the asana is keep your body without disease, and that's about it. You don't need to be a contortionist. You don't need to do anything crazy. You just need to be free of suffering, free of pain. Then pranayama is more advanced than asanas. Pranayama is breath work. Prana means vital force of the universe, and ayama is expansion. And that is a question on the test. What is prana? And you will say prana is the vital force of the universe. And then when you do the ayama, when you do the pranayama, you expand the life force inside your body. I mean, literally with just a few minutes of breath work, you can change your whole mood, your whole emotions, your whole energy field, everything, right? So just think about that. Don't worry so much if you get the pose, if you don't get the pose, because breath work is more advanced anyway. So how much breath work do you do a day, right? So just think about this. Don't be obsessed about the body. Don't be obsessed about this pose or the other pose. Because if you sit down and you can do a good 15 minutes of breath work, you're already climbing up on the Ashtanga yoga. You're already going to your higher levels. Now, pranayama controls the mind, the vitreous fluctuation. And the next one is pratyahara. Pratyahara, we already talked about this, is bringing the senses in. You can visualize like a turtle going inside her house, So, I'm not going to have sex with anyone, right? I'm not going to eat whatever you put in front of me or whatever is everywhere. I'm just going to be selective. I control my senses. I'm not going to, thank God for the whole world, speak everything that comes to my mind. Still working on that one. Maybe the phone should be a little higher up. But again, controlling your tongue. Controlling the tongue is the harder thing ever. I think controlling the sex is much easier. Controlling the tongue, what you say, what you speak, what you put in your mouth, what you eat, that is hard, And also, what you see, what you hear, what you smell. And I barely go to bars. Maybe I go to a bar once each 3 months, maybe if I need really to go, someone, wanna meet me there, because I go there, it's full of alcohol. Already from my side, it's not appealing. Then it smells like cigarettes. I don't want to get out. I just don't want to be there. And if they put some dirty, violent hip hop, then my ears, it's almost like, I just, and your spirit doesn't want to be in those environments anymore, like naturally. Okay, so that's called pratyahara. Now don't worry about anything about these steps. The only thing that you need to do is your daily practice. That's the only thing that you cannot skip. Because if you practice every day, each 2 years, you're going to get naturally one of those steps. They just come into your life. They just appear, like, okay, now you're doing that. You're controlling your senses, You just don't put whatever in your mouth. You just read the label. How many colorants this has, how many glucose that has. Well, that's not good, right? And then after that, we have dharana. Dharana means concentration. Dharana means to be focused. focus on what? On the spiritual path. No one will influence you. No one will take you out of your path. Not your husband, not even your kids, not your best friend. And you wake up and you think, should I do my sadhana now or should I do my sadhana later? Let me see, when do I have time? And you just do it. And like I said, if you have someone that doesn't resonate with you, you can still be compassionate. You just don't need to be best friend, You do your path. You focus on your path. And that is being focused on that. And then after you can focus, and we have other ways to focus. You can focus in a mandala. You can focus in the fire. You can focus on the sunrise. After the mind can narrow the attention and be focused, then you can come and practice meditation more easy, because your mind is not thinking in 5 things at the same time. The mind now has been trained to be focus, and then after the focus you can start, again, maybe just thinking on your third eye, maybe just gazing at the candle fire, maybe just becoming one with that mantra, and then meditation comes organically, right? Because if you're going to I want to meditate, that's never going to come. I want to be, doesn't go. We have a meditation class chapter, we'll talk more about that. But you should be able to be focused, to be able to enter some sort of contemplation and meditation. And then is samadhi. Samadhi is the enlightenment state or oneness with the true source, or a super consciousness state. And it's basically when you merge with that divine entity. Either it's Jesus, either it's Krishna, either it's Buddha. It can be the sun. That's what happened with the Incas, right? And the Egyptians, they merged with the sun. That's why they became like that. So then you enter communion. Now you become one with that divine entity. And that's what we call enlightenment. So, thank you for staying a little longer. Let's just do a nose. Deep breath in. Because you need to memorize. The Ashtanga yoga goes on your test, and not only